Storm with Dread Canary. I'm Dread Canary. The game is Against the Storm, and we are continuing our attempts to beat every difficulty of Against the Storm twice without dropping a game. This is our 6th attempt at an Iron Man run, and we are up to Prestige 5. Now, as you can see, what we mostly need are food stockpiles, and this is basically always going to be true. Looking around, there's the Monastery of the Holy Flame, which I generally like playing on because I don't like favoring species if I can avoid it. That said, it does make the game quite difficult, and it doesn't give us any extra food stockpiles. So we are going to go up here and bully the Vanguard of the Stolen Keys by playing on the Scarlet Orchard next to the Abandoned Settlement, which will start us with some free buildings. We're going to take a mix of beavers and foxes, because who doesn't like beavers plus foxes? And we're going to call ourselves, I don't know, Tiltillation, because I'm already kind of playing on tilt. Today's been a lot of setbacks, and frankly, it's leaving me in a bad mood. But we're going to do our best anyway, because why give up just because things are going poorly, right? So let's see here. Let's grab... So both of these need planks, but they need planks and crystallized dew for me to get fox housing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some planks, and we're going to take some meat and some veggies just to make sure we have enough food. I've historically had a lot of problems feeding my people on the Scarlet Orchard. Don't know what that pronunciation was, but that's all right. And let's see. Okay, we've got harpies. Gain 3 global resolve every time we open a new glade during the drizzle and the duration stack. So if we open up a lot of glades, we can get a long period of happiness. Okay. Speed off roads is slow. We use more fuel. Villagers that die turn into blood flowers. And services where people will destroy their goods. None of those are terribly bad. Of course, we've got an abandoned settlement, royal archaeologist. So these are the things that you normally get for playing in the Scarlet Orchard, plus our abandoned settlement modifier. And then we have all of the prestige debuffs, which will just continue to stack as we continue this challenge. So let's see. The game is giving us a smokehouse, jerky, okay, and I think jerky is... Yeah, jerky's only really good for the harpies. Jerky, pottery, which might be good for some people, and incense, which doesn't do anything for anybody here. Got an alchemist hut. Now this is actually going to be good because we need crystallized dew to make fox housing. So the alchemist hut may be clutch. Wine is of course shared between beavers and foxes, and tea is shared between foxes and harpies. So the alchemist hut may end up being very, very key to our victory. And then the stamping mill, pottery is fine. We had access to pottery, I think, here, but less efficiently. So 3-star pottery is not bad if we find ourselves able to make wine or tea. No, I think just wine. Flour is, of course, good if we want to start doing baked goods. Both beavers and the harpies like biscuits. The foxes, not so much. And then copper bars, which we will get copper out of the trees, so that'll give us the ability to make tools at the very least. So that is all quite solid. We are, of course, going to make some wood-cutting camps. And the sound issues do continue to plague me, so I've decided to play instead a soundtrack that I found that claims to be 12 hours of DRM free music for streamers, so hopefully there won't be any issue there. But that's why we're not listening to the actual sound of the game. Well, some of the sound of the game, but we're not listening to the game's music. I'm going to turn it down, so it won't be terribly loud, but that's okay. And we're going to make sure this is off. Yeah, fox is correct in this instance. So this should be beavers. This should be beavers. And let's go ahead and make ourselves a crude workstation just to get us started. And then we're going going to take a look at our buildings. Actually, let's wait to take a look at our buildings until we see what orders we have. Of course, what I should also be doing is making some very basic housing. And we will want a Stonecutter's Camp. So with 9-10 people, and our new walls that we unlocked by doing the Cursed Royal Woodlands last time, we'll be able to go straight to our next level of encampment. Okay, woodcutting speed goes up when we use rainwater. That's cool, especially since we need to be making crystallized dew. Bonus leather is nice, especially since harpies will like the fabric. Filling dish. Porridge production increases by 1 for every 150 units of drizzle water produced. The problem is only foxes like porridge. So I'm going to go with driving water here. Now that we haven't seen our orders yet. Now we're seeing our orders. Okay, get beaver happiness up to 18, or get fox happiness up to 13. Either way, we get 2 people, 30 food, and 3 parts. I think I want to go with foxes. They're a lot easier to make happy once the game gets going a little bit. We can get the same thing with harpies. 17 minutes to complete 2 Glade events. This is rough. I don't like doing this initially. Getting extra wildfire essence will make sense given the extra cost of buildings, and we do want to make sure we'll be able to expand to a second hearth. Plus, I am absolutely going to be doing the trading. Okay, now +1 copper production. This is huge because we get copper out of the trees, though 5 parts is nothing to sneer at, especially given that things cost more now, and we don't have anything that lets us make tools. We just have something that lets us make copper bars. I'm going to go with TikTok here, and we'll call that good. So that's our set of orders. And now let's take a look at our buildings. So the weaver is nice because harpies like working in it, and it's an efficient form of fabric, but it gives us inefficient training gear that both harpies and foxes would like to use, and packs of trade goods that I generally don't like making. The granary gives us packs of crops, pickled goods, which both beavers and foxes like, and of course, pretty efficient fabric for the harpies, so I'm leaning toward the granary. The herb garden is my favorite farm, because you can use it to make biscuits all on its own, but unfortunately, we'd need more build-up for that. And the distillery would give us the ability to make porridge. Remember, the alchemist hut will let us make wine already, and we've already got a good access to pottery, so barrels aren't necessarily that great. I'm going to go with the granary here. Okay, so after the granary, the carpenter is a good idea because it'll finish our need to make tools. It'll let us make planks, and then once we have rebuilt the the press building thing, I'm forgetting the name of. Harpies don't brawl anymore? Harpies don't brawl anymore, you're right. Well, good thing I'm with the granary. So anyway, the carpenter would let us make tools, and tools can be very good. But the plantation, of course, is pretty amazing. The ranch is really good if I already have a plantation or a farm, but it's not good on its own. So I'm going to go ahead and take the... this is a tough call. I'm going to take the I'm going to take the carpenter. Alright, and let's just finish the trifecta and take the kiln. Mostly there it's just so we can have efficient building materials all around. I like having efficient building materials. It makes me happy. And so this way, we will be able to make anything. Now, of course, this doesn't solve any food problems. But food problems we can get to. Don't know why the game is so stuttery lately. They might be like, why are you locking in a 2x 6 back there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that an industrial zone. A lot of the buildings that I just got will fit nicely. So we've got a carpenter that's going along the side. And then if I grab a kiln and put it this way, and we grab a granary and put it this way, and then we make a rain collector and put it this way, I think that's going to fill it up nicely. We've already got Fox Resolve, and in just a moment, there we go. Let's go ahead and stick 2 foxes in there, shall we? Now, we want to make this first, and this just needs 3 fabric. So don't make any planks, do make 3 fabric. And then the granary, okay, so that's going to be 6 fabric. Okay. So that's what we're going to do as far as those go. Everybody's housed, so that's nice. Our foxes are fairly happy, and we can go ahead and just put some people in the crude workstation. How is going? Great question. So we have already done 1 order. It's year 1. I'm a little concerned that we're not going to have food production, but we will absolutely have all kinds of building material production. At least. Let's go ahead and take him out. I'm going to throw them over here. Start collecting the stone. Now the plan is next year we're going to open up this glade. And of course we do want more room for housing, so... Okay, so we no longer make bricks of any kind. We also don't make pipes. There's no reason to make pipes yet. We'll want to eventually, because we'll be able to increase our wood cutting speed when we use water, but we're not using water yet. I think we should be able to tank. Yeah. And of course, we've got another building here. Now for food, I did not take the plantation. So right now we don't have any farms. We do have the ability to make flour, and so I'm going to take the herb garden. In the hopes that we'll be able to do something to make biscuits later. There's a lot of buildings that let you make biscuits. But this way we'll at least be able to use farms if we need to. Harpies are about to get sad. But what we're going to do is we're going to trade Fox Happiness and see now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did we not get it in time? Didn't get it in time. These game stutters are making it really hard to play. Well, I guess we'll get a fox back. Burn 3 blight rods to lower hostility while the hearth is corrupted. You're unable to sacrifice resources. Ooh, that's dangerous. I do like the protected trade. Protected trade can be really big. Of course, we need space to make a trading camp, and we'll need more space for housing in the near future. For now, let's just open up this glade. Okay, so that's going to give us a farm, that's great, and a smithy, which just opens up coats and packs of trade goods, but that's not bad. Our termite mound, on the other hand, what can we do with you? If I had tools or pipes, we could get permanent source of food. Alternately, I can use fuel to get an infusion of food and some clay. And then we get free insects when we mushroom. Not that I have a way of making mushrooms. As much as I love the permanent source of food, I think I have to do this. Harvesting and planting is slower. Well, it's a good time to do that. And of course, we do want to send foxes, because foxes get a increased working speed buff on that. Meanwhile, I'm going to stick 2 beavers down there. And we are going to want to clear out space around this farm field. Scout's idle. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this over here, because this is going to need a little bit of a road there to look right. And as soon... Actually, I can just fit it now. Let's go ahead and drop our trading post here. I generally don't put trading posts close to town, but I'm a little short on space. Get 2 hearths up to encampment, which we're going to do already. I don't need the supplier. I've already got access to planks and flour. Have 6 fox homes in 5.5 minutes. I don't have the crystallized dew to do this, and I'm not likely to have the crystallized dew to do this. So we're going to go with the outposts, because it's the only one that's at all doable. We're going to eventually open up 5 glades anyway, and they will be dangerous, but I think this has the better reward. It'll take a while, but it should be alright. Of course, we do also want to farm field this and give ourselves a nice herb garden. This is waiting on fabric. This is waiting on fabric. How much fabric do we have? We have 2. I think we're okay for now. We're just going to leave that guy there to efficiently make fabric once he has it. Don't forget, you can move the trading post now. I destroyed it and rebuilt one last night. I forgot they added that. Thanks, chat. I think I am going to leave it there because it fits nicely with the city block concept I'm working on. But yeah, the ability to move the trading post will be quite nice going forward. Okay, see, this looks a little more active. I don't like when their ability to work a thing just involves standing there looking at it. So this is very nice. We're going to grab this woodcutter's camp, we're going to bring it down here and try to open up some more space in what's going to become our residential zone. And we're actually going to do this as well. Just going to try to residential this area so that this can be our industrial area, and at some point I need to make the archaeologist office as well as a blight post. But you know, for now I think we're okay. We're just gathering food. We finished our first of these. And of course we should probably get an herbalist camp and a harvester's camp. Of course we are going to run into problems with not having enough parts, because that's what happens when you get the +5 or plus 50% increase to building expenses. Now, while we were able to tank Hostility 1, I don't think we'll be able to just tank Hostility 2. So I do have to fire at least 1 beaver. And since we don't actually have enough housing, I should probably make some. Stonecutter's camp is out of stuff, so we fire these guys, and in fact we delete the Stonecutter's camp to get our parts back. How are we doing on fabric? We have some. Not enough, but some. There we go, there's our granary, and that means that you can stop working entirely. Now what we're going to do is we are going to put a dude in the granary to make fabric. Favor the harpy. Throw a beaver in here to make planks. We're going to set a cap of 100 planks. And then we're going to say use copper bars and planks, but not wood to make tools. We're going to set a cap of 50 on that. And that should be enough. You see what I mean, though? The game is super laggy now. And I do not know why. Let's go ahead and fire these two. We're going to move this out of the way back here. And you know, let's also go ahead and put a harpy in here and tell them that their primary goal is to make bricks. Up until we have, I think 30 will be enough, because I don't have anyone who needs it for their primary housing situation. And after you've made as many bricks as we need to, then I just want you to make up to 500 coal. Not that you're going to be able to. Let's go ahead and unfavor the harpies. We're not in time, so we lose another fox. Oof. This is a rough start. Okay, but hey, Sahilda showed up, and that's always a good time. Coats. Fuel burns longer, that's nice. Food production speed is good. Let's see, we need 12 and 7 amber. And I would love this. So if I can possibly get to 23 amber, I don't imagine I can. But if I could, that would be excellent. So let's go ahead and sell all of this. And let's sell all of our insects too. And maybe all of our wood. Or maybe not all of our wood. That seems a bit much. Maybe not our insects. If I sold 264 wood, and then we just start selling some insects, how far do we have to go? That's not bad. And then I can do this, which will offset our fuel inefficiency from the humid climate, and also give me the amber needed to turn in this order, giving me another building. And I think we should go with the cookhouse, because we've got foxes that like skewers, and both harpies and beavers like biscuits. And once this gets built, we will have everything we need to set up a biscuit production line, so that's pretty solid. I think we go with that. And we do want to put a beaver back in here. We also want to take a look at our orders. Opening caches lowering hostility could be good. Free skewers when we pickled goods, no. Friendly relations is nice, but it does take a while to build up. I'm going to go ahead and go with silent looting. And you know, not only am I going to go with silent looting, I just realized I've got a big pile of stone. So we're going to loot this. Okay, let's go ahead and drop 2 harpies in there. And I didn't open up a glade this year, so I'm a bit late to do that. But I think I'm alright. I mean, that said, I do need to make myself a blight post just as soon as possible, because cysts are going to appear this year. But hey, at least everybody's housed. And let's go ahead and drop a couple of people in the harvester's camp. It's being looted still. Our building materials are going up. We said 150. We're going to say 100. And then we will start doing pickled goods, but we do need containers first. So for now, let's just keep going with our building materials. Well, we're definitely going to sell 45, use 125 drizzle water. Either way, we get people. But with the revamp to people, I don't think I need 4 people. So I'm going to go with the free tools. Open 5 glades to give us crystallized dew. Now, crystallized dew is great. Trading is very... Oh, +1 plank production is huge. Let's go ahead and go trailblazing, though, because +3 pickled goods when we make pickled goods could be amazing. Okay. I'm going to do a road, and I think I need to put... Well, we'll wait until the end of the season, because this way I can have people working building stuff, because all they could do would be to plant, or rather till the soil in a way that's going to give more chances for bonus production next year. We are coasting a little bit as far as food goes at the moment. And this needs parts. Okay, well, it's essential that we have it, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that building even though I don't want to. And then let's take a look around. Where do I have my harpies? Harpies are doing a thing that's absolutely necessary, so let's go ahead and do this. Now for fuel... We haven't gotten to the coal yet, so we're still kind of burning wood. We're going to make purging fire just out of oil for now. And we're going to set a cap of 10. 10 should be enough. I think having 3 people work the blight rot post, the blight post, will be enough to at least keep the corruption from overwhelming the hearth. Again, it's skipping, and that caused me to lay out a whole bunch of road that I didn't want. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to fire some woodcutters. Should be perfect. And we can make that archaeologist's office right here. What are we going to need? Let's move this around to the side because I think... No, I didn't quite do it correctly. But that reaches. So what I'm going to do is we are going to go to food. We're going to put the cookhouse right here. And then we're going to put like some decorative stuff along that side. There goes our archaeologist office. Favor the harpies, keep them happy for a bit. And we did that on time this time, so that's good. Okay. Alright, and now we can go ahead and do this, and do that, and we have no cysts, so we're just going to leave 1 fox in there. We're going to stick 2 beavers in here to be our farmers, and call it a day. Free barrels. Okay, free barrels will let us make wine. That's pretty good. Free meat and grain when we complete dangerous or forbidden events. That's a lot of food. And I'm not taking exploration expedition. I already have problem keeping people happy. So, I'm not too worried about food right now. I do want the free barrels, because free barrels means pickled goods. Okay, looks like we're looking at 2 and 2, or 2 and 3. Let's go with 2 and 2. Let's look around. So first off, you don't like working here. Let's go ahead and just keep 3 of them permanently in the Blight Post. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a fox there instead. Okay. Ooh. Foodstuffs, like meta resources, are great. Okay, yep, we're going to go ahead and favor the harpies. And let's see. How do I want to do this? Let's start like that. Make some harpy housing. Unfavor harpies real quick. And I'm hoping that by making harpy housing, it doesn't quite do it. So, that also doesn't quite do it. Okay. That will. But now that they're in housing, I can put a lot of these back in and keep it going. And putting those back in is going to be huge. Hey, Sother, how you doing? We need to sell some stuff, and I would love to have faster wood cutting speed. So let's say we want 14. Just 14, because I think we'll be able to make everything else that we need. I can sell incense. Nobody here really likes religion, so that's fine. And I can definitely sell tools, I think. You know what? Let's sell some copper ore, just to get us the rest of the way. Not quite that much. There we go. And that's going to give us faster wood cutting speed. Faster wood cutting speed is big. It also starts working on this booming economy order that the Queen is already kind of mad at us about. Okay, harpies are happier. Our destroyed caravans coming in. Our cookhouse goes up. This is all good things. Harpy resolve is low. Why? Well, this, obviously. Right, we were living off the bonus that we got for opening up a fresh glade, because that was our forest mystery. The Gentle Dawn. So let's go ahead and favor them again. They don't have to stay happy that long, because there we go. And that lets us turn in this order, giving us more copper from the trees and an infusion of fuel, so we should be okay. Now that people are happy again, I can rehire beavers, and in fact we're going to go up this way and clear some area out. Harpy housing goes up. How are we doing on our building materials? I'm building a little bit of everything. But of course we're using the fabric to make harpy housing. Okay, well, we can select down here. We can start getting berries. That'll be nice. Next set of orders. 2 hearts upgraded to neighborhood. Seems really great. So what we're going to want is some decorations. Alright, I love this new overgrown fence. So that looks good. And then we, of course, are never complete without more comforting wall. No, no, no. I don't think that counted, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the gate. We're going to rotate it. Is that just not going to count? It's going to be really annoying if it doesn't count. Okay, now we're going to want to put a road here. And that means we're going to want to move this way so we can put our road there. And then we're going to put in some beaver housing. Yeah, I like the idea of 3 beaver housing there. We'll put in another gate. This will be the south gate with a wall. You know the drill. Wall must be comforting. We've got food coming in, we've got harvesting going on. All of that is pretty great. We're going to fire these woodcutters. And we're going to come up here and we're going to fire these woodcutters. And as soon as we get into the next year, we're going to open up another dangerous glade. Keep looking for resources. How are we looking on building materials? Not hot. But we have food coming in. Or not food, we've got fuel. We're slowly making planks. I think we're alright. Now we've got our production speed. Everybody's pretty happy this year, so I didn't have to play any fun games with favoring people. And up goes the beaver happiness. Let's go ahead and get into that glade. Traders have another cornerstone is always nice. Newcomers bringing more good for every hearth level gained. That's pretty good. Let's have newcomers bring more supplies. Free supplies can be very, very nice. Okay. This mix looks good. And let's go ahead and... Oh, hey, we got a copper mine. So we will have infinite copper. Or, you know, functionally infinite. Cysts appear. But it gives us more food stuff, which is very nice. Alternately, we can use reeds to get a reputation point. I think I need the foodstuffs. I just think I need the foodstuffs, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to take this, and we're going to bring it all the way up here. And the idea is that we want to get into that copper mine. We are, of course, feeling the pain of not having enough parts for everything that we want to do, but I think we have enough parts for this. And at this point, yeah, let's go ahead and hire a couple more beavers. And where do I have beavers? Oh, the granary? No. We're going to make the granary... This granary should be a harpy. Might as well have harpies making the fabric. I know they don't get a happiness bonus for that particular fabric making building, but that's okay. Meanwhile, we only have 2, so let's open up the ability to... Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. And then wood. So that way they can just perpetually be making enough to burn all the cysts that we're going to get. Got more than enough people. It's just a question of figuring out where to put our next hub. Down here does seem nice. If I were to go like there. The large wheat fields are in the way, and I don't like deleting resources, but I feel like my life gets a lot easier if I do in this case. So we're going to go ahead and delete some. And that's going to let me just make another hearth. Which, of course... Okay, moving one of these costs 5 wood. Building one costs 15 wood. So it's definitely worth it for me to just move it. And this needs planks. Of course it does. Hi, Old Farliff. How you doing? Okay, well, we don't need a smithy. We can rebuild a smithy if we need a smithy. More efficient flour is nice, but I don't know that it's 18 amber worth of nice. We have plenty of wildfire essence. Getting crystallized dew could be very good because I don't have to make it. Okay. Let's sell you some pigment. Let's sell you these free barrels because I'm getting them for free, right? I don't need them. I'm going to sell 115 wood, and we are going to get as much crystallized dew as you are willing to part with. And that's going to slowly continue to work us on this 45 worth of goods sold. That's getting worked. Pipes are coming in. That's all good. This is going to come down this way because we need to start freeing up some space. Now rebuilding you, okay, rebuilding you takes planks, rebuilding you takes planks, rebuilding you, everything requires planks. So we definitely need more planks. Food's coming in very slowly. I would love a building that let me make porridge. But hey, at least we've got food coming in. That's a good sign. Do we have stone? No. That's alright. And our last order will be burn 20 blight rot cysts and have 15 purging fire. I don't really want people. 50 porridge is nice. Alternately, harvesting is faster, planting is faster, and we get bonus biscuit production if we can get tools and building materials. So that's what we're going to go with. Right. Let's go ahead and stick 2 more beavers on the carpenter for now. because we absolutely need it. And then we're going to make ourselves a mine, which we won't have the parts for, but I think we'll be okay. People are, of course, miserable, so I'm going to have to do a happy burn, but not just yet. Okay. Yeah, I thought I would need to. Think we're good? Nope. There we go. Whew, okay. Wood production goes up, but harvesting and planting is slower. Education lets us do gold production speed, or newcomers arrive faster depending on standing. No. We'll go with Rooty Ground. We're already having food issues, but Rooty Ground would give us so much wood. Let's go ahead and do Rooty Ground. And we will put 2 more foxes in the kiln. I'm going to hire all the beavers for the wood cutting. And let's see. 90 leather. Now we need the food. We absolutely need the food. So food is what we're getting. Okay. Very rapidly getting ourselves a nice one of these. And I think I'm going to put a harpy in it. And we are actually going to, for now, just move this housing down to this area. Why are you deleting the housing? Well, because it's time to make a fox neighborhood in that area. And of course we do also want to go like that, which will raise the level of this down here. It's really weird to me that I can make a wall that covers this area, but that counts for this town. But, you know, it does, and that works. So, there's our encampment order. Gives us some of those tools that we need. Still need to open up a bunch of glades. I might have to get basic ones. Second farm with just roots might be good. You've got the people for it. That is very true, and we also have the farmland for it. But I've been trying to clear out space. So now that this is freed up, it is a good idea to start working on that area. Oh, hey, plantation is an idea. So is the forester's hut. I don't think we need the forester's hut, though. Beanery. Do I have anything that lets me make porridge? No. Now, I know only the foxes will eat it, but I think the beanery is the way to go here. Beanery is a 2x3? Yeah. So we'll put it there. So if this is 4, and this is 4, and this is 3, that's 11 times 2 is 22. So that should just about do it. We just need, I think, one more beaver house to get to our 24 that I like having. Pretty soon here I can take advantage of all those destroyed buildings that I can rebuild. The herbalist camp is out, but there's more berries up here that you can collect, which is pretty nice. free up just a little bit more space down in this area. Now for a neighborhood, we need 2 more people and some more buildings. So let's go ahead and make a harpy house, which we will move later. And I think these guys, they like some decorative funguses. That is not a decorative fungus. And of course, nothing is complete without more comforting walls. Well, no, not for this area. This area should have a park. And that way we can knock out this 2 neighborhoods order as well. Cysts have appeared, but it should, yeah, it's fine. We'll go up to 20. We need 3 more glades, and I'm kind of tempted to open up these basic glades just because they're not going to cause me too many problems. And it will knock out another pair of orders for us, because the queen's mad, y'all. The queen is mad. Now, who likes working in a beanery? It doesn't matter because we need rainwater. So let's start by putting 2 foxes in the rain collector. I'm just going to start there. Then I'm going to put 3 foxes. And what you want to do is you do want to make, not crystallized dew yet, I don't think we need to, but we definitely want porridge. And we can do porridge out of herbs and rainwater, so that's great. It doesn't even need flour. And then we will pickle anything that you have in any container that you have. So let's see, porridge, I've only got 1 species that likes it. We'll set that at 50, and then for pickled goods we'll say up to 100. And that is going to get us some advanced foodstuffs, which will keep the foxes happy. And we'll get several points, I think, off of just fox happiness. Redmane, hey, how you doing? I should work on trade goods at some point. Faster on roads, that's good. Buying reputation would be nice, but I think what I want to do is get 16 here. And you know, I could be making copper roads out of that copper, but I don't think I need to. There we go. Now what that's going to let me do, let's put a tavern in place, which is the last thing needed. Well, it's not quite the last thing. I still need some other harmony buildings and comforting buildings and all of that jazz to finish up this area of town. But oh, I don't even need those for. What do we need? 4 of each of the other 2 types. Right. So let's go ahead and throw more fence. And then we need some harmony buildings, which generally to me translates as either lizard posts. Well, it's got to be lizard posts or fire shrines. I usually use lizard posts, but in this case, I'm feeling some fire shrines. I think here. Let's move this. There we go. We'll do that. And hey, we've sold our 45 worth of goods. That's going to give us a pile of tools. So now we just need building materials, which I can make in a makeshift post. I don't think I've got anything else that lets me make packs of building materials, even if I rebuild these. Yeah. What about up here? Your trade goods, right? Recipes? Just the makeshift post. Okay, I think we're good. Any water or just drizzle for porridge? Good call. This should be any water. We're low on food. Who would have guessed? Me. I would have guessed. Because I always have food problems on this map. Or on this biome. Always, always, always. And I never upgraded this, which I probably should do. Workers can carry more or event working speed. We want the event working speed. Minus hostility. Bonus tool production. This is the one we want. Let's go ahead and do it out of pipes. Let's not do it at all. We do have 22 tools, though. Ooh, artifacts. That's so good. There we go. That one we could do when we get to 24 tools. And there we go. We've got our neighborhood. Smelter is not bad. T-Doctor is really good. We'll go ahead and take a T-Doctor here. T-Doctor is really good. Okay. So we want to free up more area around here. We want to fire you. Get out. And we want to take this. Go here. And we're going to just rush our way into those two glades. Next season. Lowers us to hostility 3. Which isn't exactly low enough, but it is something. Yeah. And let's say for fuel, we want to do sea marrow first, then coal, then oil, and then wood. And you can burn anything that you need to. But I think I'm going to lose some people here, because I don't think I've got enough to really make anyone happy. Fox's resolve is low. Really? Don't say. Okay. So for biscuits we need flour. What are we doing for building materials? We are still completely out of everything that we need for building materials. Let's go ahead and stick 2 more harpies in here. Making the fabric. Got plenty of foxes. Plenty of beavers. But harpies are going to leave us instantly, and I can't really stop it. I mean, I could, well, I don't know if I could slow it. Yeah, like, that's not enough, and if I do that, which is enough, it's going to really run us out of fuel very fast. But I think it might be worth it for at least this year. Okay. Well, that's something. Regardless, this is where we're going to stop the video. So for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much for getting this far. I would love it if you gave it a subscribe and a comment and a thumbs up. All those things that boost me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to catch me live, it's still Monday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on twitch.tv/DreadCanary. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I would love to see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube.